Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the real Cut My Music Wrestling. It's your boy, the Black Patriot, once again bringing you the dopest wrestling content on the net because wrestling is my number one priority and wrestling is my number one passion. Yes. Now that the introductions are out of the way, remember guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. It's a small thing for you, but to me it means the world, and it means the world for the channel. Hitting that like button, let the algorithm know that you did indeed enjoy what you just saw, and it will put me in the rotation. I can reach other like-minded individuals, other people that is crazy and passionate about this sport, this wonderful world of professional wrestling. And right off the bat, I'm just going to tell you, once again, for the third week in a row, Raw was pretty mid. I'm not going to go out and I'm not going to sit here and say that it was completely boring, but it was mid. If you missed this episode, the only thing that you would have missed was Gunther winning the world title. Gunther defeated Jey Uso. Jey Uso's title reign, 51 days. I guess he's a transitional champion. That's how they gonna do my man, the most over guy in the company, the guy that has everybody eating, has the crowd moving. The only time when the fans are fully engaged in what's going on TV, this is what they do. So everything that Jey Uso been through just means nothing. I literally thought he was building a world title reign right now. I had no idea that this was going to happen and they was going to get my man up out of there like that. And I'm going to get to that later. So the show starts off with John Cena in the ring, yo. The show opens with the GOAT, yo. Cena comes out, he gets his special announcement where they announce him as the greatest of all time. He's gracing the crowd one last time, and it was weird. Cena stood there for a little bit, not saying anything, just taking it in from the crowd, so to speak. But the crowd was unsure of what they wanted to chant. Some people were trying to chant "Let's go Cena." Some people wanted to say "Cena sucks," but it really felt like the crowd didn't know what they wanted to say, and that just goes to show you what I've been saying and a lot of other content creators been saying of how bot-like WWE fans have become. They don't know whether to cheer or boo. They don't know what they want to do because WWE is so all over the place that they don't know what they want. So Cena calls everybody, the crowd, he calls them armchair activists and keyboard warriors for getting R-Truth back. R-Truth, a guy who he refers to as a comedy act. He says R-Truth is comedy. He ain't anything. He's just something that we'll forget about in a year. That's not true. R-Truth is very entertaining. Yes, he has been the comedy guy for a while. And his in-ring accolades is not where they should be for a guy that's been as tenured as he is. However, I do not blame R-Truth. There were several opportunities that they could have put a world title on R-Truth. WWE just chose not to. And he played his comedy role. He played that character well. And he's endeared himself to the fans. And everybody loves R-Truth, yo. He reminds them that he's on his 19th appearance, which means after this, he only have 18 dates left. 18 dates, 18 appearances, not 18 matches. 18 appearances. So this Cena, the last time is now, this Cena retirement tour is winding down. Like, we are coming to the final days, yo. After this, we will not see Cena again. Like, we're getting to the end. And he said, instead of wasting your voice on somebody like R-Truth, you should have been rallying and doing all that to get me some competition. I've beaten everybody. I've beaten your best. He listed some of the people that he's beaten recently. I mean, it's just been Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and R-Truth. He really hasn't been defending his title that much. But, I mean, I don't know why I was against R-Truth getting a title shot, but then in retrospect, it should have been a title shot. Cena only has a few dates left, yo. So he says, I want competition. There is none here for me. You wasted your voice on R-Truth. You should have been trying to get them to bring me somebody to fight because, in 18 days, I'm out of here. 18 appearances, I'm out of here. Just as he was asking for competition, cult of personality plays and out comes CM Punk, yo. When Punk come out, the crowd isn't as hot for him as I thought they would be. They popped with the first sound of his music, but as he's making his way to the ring, it's kind of lukewarm. Some people are singing his song, but you can look around the arena, most people are just doing nothing, yeah. Again, this is because the booking is so terrible and the fans are just coming to shows, buying tickets and watching this mess out of habit. But they know once they're in the building or once you're sitting at home, you like, really, is this all? Like, you find something better to do. That's why people are tuning out, yo. You go from 6 million viewers to barely struggling to stay above 2.8. You will not get 3 million. And this is worldwide because Netflix is a global platform. You go from 6 million viewers in your launch to barely 2.5. Like, come on, man. But the fans are not engaging. However, CM Punk comes out to the ring and he cuts a very good promo. Way better than that mess that him and Sami Zayn did last week. He comes in and he cuts the promo. He says, one, the people are his boss. He says he's not here to protect corporate interests. He's not here to protect billionaires. He's here to protect the people, yo. And that gets the crowd to start chanting, "You sold out" at Cena. Punk says after he takes the belt off of Cena, Cena's going to spend the rest of his dates crisscrossing the country apologizing to the fans for the man that he's become. And he's become a monster. And CM Punk understands that because he said when he was the champion, he also became a monster. And as much as he wants the belt, as much as he wants the WWE title, he coveted, he hates the man that the title brings out of him. He says Cena and Seth thinks the title is about power and control, but what they fail to realize is that WWE title actually belongs to the fans, and that is true. As a fan of professional wrestling for over 30 years, I can honestly say that I don't have no physical claim to the title. Obviously, I'm just a fan, but that title is important. That title means something to people who enjoy and love WWE. The WWE Championship is the most coveted title in the sport of professional wrestling. That is the title of Buddy Rogers, of Bruno Sammartino, of Hulk Hogan, of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this is what I'm saying when the World Heavyweight title is just a mid-card belt. Like their first champion was Seth Rollins. That title means nothing. The WWE title is the ultimate goal. And CM Punk says to defeat John Cena, he's going to have to turn into a monster, and he's prepared to be that monster just to stop Cena, yo. Punk asks for a title shot right here, right now, tonight. The crowd going nuts for that. John Cena does his step, but obviously he's going to say, "Not tonight, bucko. Not tonight." They're running it back from 2012, yo. Over 20 years later, John Cena versus CM Punk and Saudi Arabia for the WWE Championship. Then Seth Rollins' music hits, and he comes out full regalia, his whole squad, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman, and he just holds up the Money in the Bank contract. Just a little reminder that he could cash in on any world champion at any moment. Seth Rollins' faction is also DOI, dead on arrival, dead in the water. They're not getting over. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are not getting over. And just having Seth Rollins winning the Money in the Bank literally killed the pay-per-view. Like, if silence was audible, when he won, you can audibly hear the silence from the arena. And it took the energy out of the show for the rest of the night. And I'm going to cover that in my Money in the Bank video. But see, Seth Rollins did not need that. Braun Breaker needs it. I don't know about Bronson Reed. He's big, he's strong, he's muscle, but I don't see him breaking out like Bautista did in Evolution. I just don't see it, yo. But Braun Breaker should have won the Money in the Bank. He wasn't in the match, but he should have. And this group should be focused on him. I say that all the time. Next, they show the Queen of the Ring bracket, and Asuka is involved in it. Once again, WWE. Instead of saving her return and making it special and having it be a surprise, you ruin it in the bracket. So now we know Asuka is coming back. She'll be back next week. They told us they shouldn't have did that. It should have been a surprise. Whatever. Moving along. We get to the first match of the night. It is Chad Gable versus AJ Styles. And yes, I said Gable, not El Grande Americano. It is Chad Gable one-on-one with AJ Styles, and the match was pretty good. Like, both of these guys are well-rounded professional wrestlers. They absolutely know how to go. They absolutely can go in the ring. So the match delivered with match work. It was with mat work. It was a quick match. Nothing special. Not much to get excited about. It had the normal, like, because it's Chad Gable, because it's AJ Styles. There's aerial, there's groundwork, and there's, of course, the Creed brothers are there to run interference for Chad Gable. There was one moment with interesting spot. Chad Gable countered a phenomenal forearm into an ankle lock. So he's pulling from Kurt's move. The crowd even has been chanting, "You suck" at him when he comes out. So he's pulling from Kurt's moves, but they're not just pushing him to that next level. Why have Chad Gable not at least won an Intercontinental title? Like, what are they doing with Chad? He is clearly got that Olympic background, college wrestling, amateur background. He's good on the mic. He's good with character work. But they just letting him waste away. AJ has Gable beat once again, and then again the Creed brothers are interfering, so AJ has to take matters into his own hand. He takes him one out with a brutal sliding knee on the outside of the apron. Then he catches the other brother with the phenomenal forearm off the ring apron. He re-enters the ring and catches Chad Gable with a Styles Clash out of nowhere. And somewhere Randy Orton is smiling or hitting his Orton pose, because that thing did come out of nowhere. Pack Chad Gable up. He's done. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles continues to win. And I said this last week, I do not think AJ is aging, but I think AJ has something left. I would not mind seeing AJ get a world title one more time before he retires, yo. Next, we get Liv and Roxanne backstage, and they're backstage right at the gorilla position right before their match starts. Again, Roxanne comes to Liv and proposes that they work together. And again, Liv wants nothing to do with Roxanne. Roxanne attempts to be the bigger woman and extends her hand to Liv. Liv hesitates before shaking it. Roxanne says, "May the best woman wins." When Liv shakes her hand, she says, "Yep, I will." And then her music hits and she takes the ring. So, as I just alluded to, this is a fatal four-way first round qualifying match in the Queen of the Ring tournament. It's Liv Morgan versus Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley versus Kairi Sane. Looking at this match on paper, with the fact that Rhea did not win the Money in the Bank, and I came into this match definitely expecting Rhea Ripley to win this match. Rhea Ripley did not win this match. So I wonder where they're going with her. What are they going to do with Rhea? Because Rhea is clearly the biggest woman star in the company. She's the only one that gets a superstar treatment, superstar pop from the crowd. All she has to do is stand there, and they have people going crazy. And we saw that on SmackDown. Like, all Rhea has to do is just be there, and people are going crazy, pulling their hair out, creaming their pants, peeing themselves. Whatever it is, Rhea has it, and the fans want more of it. But it seems like they're taking her out of the title picture right now. So maybe they're going to set her up for some kind of feud or rivalry in the future, because if Rhea isn't messing around with a world title, what can we do with Rhea? I don't know. But I think this is going to be this. It should have been a good match, and what we got, I'm not going to call it a mediocre match. it was slightly better than mid. How about that? Mid being a C, I would give this match a C plus, yo. It was pretty good in some places, pretty slow in other parts, but when the action was going, it was going, yo. So it starts off fast paced. It's like they're going blah 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 blah. Liv and Roxanne are working together, though unwittingly, and much to Liv's chagrin, because she does not want Roxanne's help. But Roxanne is always on point, and she's always there to help Liv out. Rhea about to put Liv away, Roxanne is there. Kyrie trying to pin Liv, Roxanne is there. Even they commented on commentary that maybe she's trying to prove herself to Liv so she can get into the Judgment Day. Who knows? But Roxanne was there to save Liv when Liv needed. Liv finally realized that Roxanne has her best interest at heart, and they can work together. And when they start working together, they start cleaning house, yo. They start cleaning house so much so to the point where Rhea, who you would think to be the powerhouse, she's gonna be dominant and she's gonna be dominating this match. They kick her ass and they beat her bad and throw her out the ring. Then Kyrie tries to do a dive, and I'm pretty sure either one of these girls, she would have took them out, but they've been working together, so they catch her, yo. They just catch her, lift her up. Rhea is trying to recover outside of the ring, and they literally chuck Kyrie out of the ring onto Rhea, taking them out again. And they don't start fighting each other. They literally start posing in the ropes as we go to commercial. We're back from the commercial break, and Rhea is still taken out, but Kyrie is pressing the offense. And when I tell you she kicks Liv ass, she kicks Liv ass, yo. She catch her with every single one of her signature moves. She's flying off the top rope, drop kicking her, catches her with her clothesline, throws her into the turnbuckle. She does her Kyrie walk the plank, which I really enjoy. She's all over the place. She getting the crowd involved because the crowd was kind of dead before this. Kyrie hyping them up. She catches her with the sliding clothesline in the corner and almost pins Liv. But once again, Roxanne is there to stop it, yo. Rhea recovers and enters the ring, and she drop kicks Roxanne, putting her down, but Liv is on her ass immediately. She catches her with her own drop kick and then a springboard code breaker, and Rhea is packed up after that. Like, Rhea is rocked, yo. Liv goes for the pin, but Kyrie breaks it up. Kyrie goes for the insane elbow on Roxanne, but Liv is on her ass too. Liv got her, they brawling on the top rope. Roxanne is down because Kyrie just fucked her up, but she's able to get up. And I think they were going to try to superplex Kyrie. I don't know. But Rhea gets back in the ring because Rhea has been getting dogged, yo. So Rhea gets back in the ring and power bombs Roxanne and Liv, and Kyrie is able to catch Rhea with an insane forearm strike from the top rope. And I'm talking about the height that she got on this forearm is crazy. Like, she was so high in the sky. Like, I was like, good Lord, yo. And then she goes for the pin after this, but of course Rhea kicks out. A slugfest ensues, and to my surprise, not only did Kyrie get the better of this, she then shockingly proceeds to out-wrestle Rhea and, lack of a better word, literally kicks her ass, young. Like, she beats Rhea in a striking match and then rocks her, out-wrestles her, yo. That's crazy. And Liv and Roxanne team up again, and they're working together, and they're literally dominating, yo. They're working together to take out Rhea, and while they're congratulating each other, they know they just punished Kyrie, they just punished Rhea. Like when they were posing in the rope, they start congratulating each other and posing in the ring. Rhea rises up like the Undertaker, just slowly gets up, and she is pissed, and the crowd goes bonkers, yo. I love hearing those responses because they're few and far between these days. Only certain superstars are getting them old school pops, yo. But Rhea is literally rolling right now. She's punishing all three of them. She's the eradicator. She's mommy. She is kicking every butt that's in her path, yo. It's 1v3, and she is soloing these girls, yo. Like, you gotta love Rhea, yo. Like, we're wrestling fans, and just like we all love the Hulk Hogan's and the Ultimate Warriors of the world, we love the powerhouses. I like that from the women, too. That's why I like Rhea. That's why I like Nia Jax. That's why I like Jade. It's just something about the strong wrestler that we all love, yo. And when I say solo, I'm talking about she is punishing these girls, yo. She drop kicks Roxanne, she tosses Liv, KOs Kyrie with a punch, throws her ass out the ring, and while she's tossed Kyrie out the ring, she's heading on the rope. Liv tries to catch her with Oblivion, but Rhea is too powerful. She simply blocks it, hoists Liv up, and catches her with a thunderous riptide. Yo, that joy looked like it broke her back, yo. And then surely she would have won off of this. But Raquel Rodriguez shows up and pulls her out the ring. Of course, they end up brawling. Kyrie goes to the top rope and takes them both out with a dive off the top. Then she hits Liv with the insane elbow and goes for the pin. Out of nowhere, you think Roxanne again, you think she's coming to save Liv, which she kind of did. She stopped Liv from getting pinned, but she caught Kyrie with a sick flip over pin, stacked her tail up, get the win. I did not expect Roxanne to win this match. I thought it would be Rhea or probably Liv, but Roxanne is phenomenal. She is amazing. I love what I'm seeing from them. The tension between her and Liv, my number one and my number two in WWE right now. You know, it's out of my all-time GOATs, which would be Becky, Charlotte, Bayley. But like, just, you know, Liv is my current favorite female wrestler in WWE, and Roxanne is my second favorite. So if they're going to work together, I'm here for that. Roxanne wins this match. That's good booking. This was a good match. And the fans popped for Roxanne. I've said it before. When she first came to the main roster, she was not getting that much of a pop. But I think with time and with more eyes on her, and with more people seeing how good she is going to win the crowd over. Because it's slowly happening. She is going to win this crowd over, yo. And Roxanne is going to be a world heavyweight champion. Don't say what you want about her. You don't like her. You think she's small. Whatever. We don't care. Roxanne is amazing. She's going to be a champion. Then they showed Jay and Gunther backstage preparing for their match. You know that when they just backstage, just look like they just finished stretching. They're backstage. Jay versus Gunther for the world title. And we're getting to the main event, and it's going to be a sad, sad day. Then we get a Nikki Bella video package because apparently she's returning to Raw. I don't really think she's returning to Raw in a full-time capacity. She's just going to be here for the Evolution pay-per-view. But I like Nikki. A lot of people groan about it. A lot of people don't realize that Nikki is actually a capable wrestler. She get lumped in with Brie, who is a bad wrestler, but they say the Bellas. No, it's not the Bella. It's Brie. Brie is the one that be botching. Brie is the one that fell out the ring trying to do a suicide dive. Brie is the one that concussed Liv Morgan. Stop lumping them both together. It's not the Bellas. It's Brie Bella. Nikki Bella can actually wrestle. Ironically, Brie is my favorite though. So, yep, I love Brie, especially when she do Brie mode, yo. But it is what it is, yo. I know she's bad in the ring, but I don't care. I still like Brie Bella. And so you got Nikki backstage meeting some of the other ladies on the match. It was Natalya. Obviously, they have history. And then she runs into Io Sky. And Io Sky says she's paved the way for them and thanks her. Nikki looks good. Like I said, I'm a Bella fan. So, yes, I have nothing. I don't mind Nikki being around. Next, like I said, we get one of my personal GOATs, yo. and the new Intercontinental Champion, yo, because Becky punished Lyra at Money in the Bank, young. And tonight, and before I get into this, because I don't want to be that guy, because I've heard, like, I don't want to be the glazer or, like, overhyping somebody, because I've seen other content creators, and they covered this, and they said Becky was mid on the mic. They said the promo was boring. I thought it was amazing. She was in rare form tonight. She was on point. She was giving us information. She sounded convincing. She knew what she was talking about, and she was funny. Her comedic timing is on point, yo. Like, listening to Becky talk in this promo, well, she's definitely up there with Toni Storm. Toni Storm and Becky Lynch are the best female talkers in the industry, yo. So I don't know where this boring came from. I don't know why people were saying it was bland, it was mid, it was hilarious. Becky can yap. She simply has the gift of the gab. You cannot say she can't. Becky can talk. Becky cuts excellent promos, yo. So, Becky says that when Lyra, after she agreed to doing it, she says Lyra lifted her arm up so violently because she was salty that she lost that it hurt her arm, yo. So Becky says after she hurt my arm, I graciously, being the bigger woman, I asked her to help me because Becky is alert. You gonna help ask this woman to put the belt around your waist, but she said I graciously asked her to help me put the belt around my waist. And she went crazy and tried to kill me. She literally said that, young. She literally said this girl tried to kill her. She's like, she lifted my arm up so violently, she almost broke my arm. I asked her to put the belt on me, help me, and she completely lost it. So tonight, I'm asking Lyra to come out to this ring and do two things. One, lift my arm up correctly and goddamn apologize to me, yo. I almost died laughing, yo. Becky is so entertaining when she's not phoning it in, yo. And I'm not going to say Becky phones it in all the time. She phones it in less than most, but some of her promos since returning have not been that great, especially when Lyra been getting in her ass on the mic, and that's Lyra's main thing that she struggles with is promos. So if Lyra been getting in your ass on promos, you haven't been doing. But tonight, another excellent promo. And I think Becky's heel promos are better than when she was a face. Because my favorite Becky, outside of Busted Open Becky, when she was on her rise as the man, was Big Time Becky. I missed the Big Time Becky, the aesthetic with her face up there, and all the how she was dressing then. Yeah, and that's another thing, though. Becky can dress, yo. She be looking so cool, man. Like, Becky can dress, yo. But I actually miss her big time attire. But Lyra does come out, and again, comedic timing. Becky like, oh man, she got that crazy look in her eye again. She's like, look, I just want you to apologize and raise my hand. I don't know what you got going on. Out comes Bayley, yo. Bayley comes out, and you remember Becky took her out of WrestleMania and ran her down in another one, a really good Becky promo. So Bayley comes out, she attacks Becky. Becky is able to roll out of the ring, but she bumps directly into Lyra, who grabs her and tosses her back in the ring so Bayley can put hands on her again. Excuse me. Bayley goes for the rose plant, but Becky is able to escape, rolls out the ring, and then escapes through the crowd, yo. And just like Becky said, with the Intercontinental title women's belt is going to be elevated now, because that mid-card title now means something just because Becky has it. She ain't lying. She ain't over-exaggerating. She ain't hyping herself up. That's Becky Lynch. That title is definitely elevated because she has it. And it will be further elevated when Bayley eventually takes it from her. So where does Lyra go from here? Because Lyra did not elevate. I would say Lyra is at the same position she was before her feud with Becky. She's just not the women's champion anymore. Where does Lyra go from here? I don't know. We'll see. Becky was able to escape and get out of Dodge. And then immediately after this, a figure emerges in all black and hops toward and comes on the announce table. We know it's R-Truth, but R-Truth takes the mask off and quickly reveals what we already knew. It's R-Truth. I like what he said. Very brief promo, but I like what he says. Keep it in mind, bruh. Don't let nobody tell you you don't matter. Don't let nobody tell you your voice doesn't matter. They heard, they listened, they felt, and they understood. I am back because of y'all. Y'all brought R-Truth back. We want truth. Y'all got me back. And yes, I had a video that I was going to make about R-Truth, but after everything that happened in Money in the Bank and Raw, I had to scrap it. Because I was talking about why it was crazy that R-Truth would be released instead of being able to retire like the absolute wrestling legend that he is. But the backlash from R-Truth being fired was so overwhelming that WWE had to backtrack and bring him back because the fans were not having it, yo. R-Truth says he's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We all love R-Truth. He loves R-Truth, but sometimes R-Truth is too nice, too trusting, and too forgiving. And he pulls out a pair of scissors and proceeds to cut his dreads, which gets a holy shit chant from the crowd. He says, I'm not R-Truth no more, I'm Ron Killings, and put some respect on my name. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I would rather have R-Truth as World Heavyweight Champion than goddamn Gunther, yo. But that's where we are right now. I hope they take this opportunity in his last run. I don't care. He's 53 years old. He looks good. He still moves like he's in his 20s. He's entertaining. He can talk on the mic. Let R-Truth get a championship, please, man. Then we get Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Dom, and Roxanne backstage. Dom knows he has a match and he's trying to get ready for it, but he still seems like he has some misgivings with Finn Balor. Finn Balor, once again, big smiles, encourages Dom. He says, hey man, there's nothing to it. You got this. We got this. Everything is good in the Judgment Day. Roxanne pops up. They're like, oh, you won your match. They're all happy. Yep. Boom. Dap, dap, dap. Until Liv shows up. And Liv, angry face, is the best in the industry. The best in the industry, bruh. She was pissed off, yo. She was pissed off. And she was like, what are we celebrating? And Dom, he don't have nothing to say. He's such a cuck. He's like, I get a match. Finn Balor is like, Roxanne won. That's what we're celebrating. She's like, nobody should be celebrating anything. Her and Roxanne get in each other's face. And Roxanne is again, she's like, I'm happy to be a member of Judgment Day. Liv is like, I'll kill you. Like that was the look, yo. Like if looks could kill, Roxanne would be pushing up daisies, yo. Cause Liv angry face is the best, yo. So next we get Penta making his entrance, but the show is all over the place. Penta makes his entrance to the ring, and then we get a video package from AAA promoting Mr. Iguana. I don't care. Then you get Seth Rollins backstage talking with Braun Breaker because Braun Breaker is also in this match. And again, nobody cares. Seth is talking about the future. Nobody cares, man. So then we get back to the match. Dom is already in the ring and Sammy is out next. Yo, Braun Breaker is the fourth man. He comes out with Paul Heyman and just like the previous match, it's a pretty good match, man. I do note that Braun Breaker's pop has gone, although the dogs do bark from time to time, but when he came out, there was silence, yo. And then I also want to point out the fact that he's even in this tournament. What if he was to win this match? How would that play out? Like, the booking needs to make sense, man. Like, obviously, Braun Breaker did not win this match, but what if he did? So then he's going to challenge Seth Rollins for the belt? Because we know Seth Rollins is going to cash in on somebody. Like, just make it make sense, man. And I don't even think he should be in this group, to be honest. I don't think the booking is there to get him over like Orton or Bautista did in Evolution. I think he's just going to end up falling to the wayside, overshadowed by Seth, because right now all he is a lackey and a henchman. That's it, yo. That is it. So the match starts off, and from the get-go, Braun Breaker is dominating the match. He's dominating until everybody else teams up on him to slow him down some. Sammy has got Breaker in the corner, and he's just welling on him, but Braun Breaker just reacts like it didn't phase him. He just bulldozed Sammy out of the corner, takes him down to the ground, MMA style, and hits the ground and pound, young. Sammy is rocked, yo, but he still fights, young. The match spills to the outside, and Sammy is able to catch Penta with a Sabu moonsault. He takes Braun Breaker out with a Sabu moonsault. Then Penta takes Sammy out with a top rope dive. Then Dominic catches Penta with a suicide dive DDT, yo. Then Breaker catches Dom with a dive from the apron to the announce table like he did at the pay-per-view, yo. So they're jumping all over the place, yo. Pretty good match. I don't know which match was better. Probably this one was better than the earlier. I'm not sure, yo. Then we're back inside the ring, and Braun Breaker got Sammy on the top rope. He catches him with a Frankensteiner, and that gets the dogs barking. So, and it gets them chanting, "This is awesome, yo." Then Penta and Breaker gets into a slugfest, which Braun Breaker obviously gonna win. Breaker catches him with a knee, and Penta responds with a super kick. They both get taken out by Dom, who tries to hit Sammy with the three amigos, but Sammy counters the second amigo into a blue thunder bomb. Of course, Dom kicks it too, because nobody, he never wins with the Blue Thunder Bomb. He did win recently. I forgot who it was, and I could not believe he won with the Blue Thunder Bomb. But then, of course, Dom kicks out. Sammy goes for the Hallelujah kick, but Dom hits Penta with a super kick, then snaps his arm. Penta hits Sammy with a super kick and then snaps his arm. And that move always looked like it hurt. I wonder how they do it. Because I just can't imagine, because the way he pulled your arm back, I don't know. I wonder if he really doing it, or how do they make that move? I don't know. It always looked like it hurts, yo. Penta also catches him with the Penta driver, but he cannot pin him because Dom swoops in, similar to how Roxanne did, and try to steal the pin, but he's out of position. The referee doesn't count because he says Penta Soldiers is not on the mat. Then Penta catches Dom with a sling blade, then a Mexican Destroyer, and he's usually been putting people away with the Mexican Destroyer, but Dom kicks out again. He kicks out just as Braun Breaker makes it there. Wow, I've got to say that, because Braun Breaker, it looked like Braun Breaker was supposed to break the pin up, but Dom kicked. So whatever. It may be a botch, but it doesn't matter. It's not that big a deal. Then he catches Penta with the super spear, and right when he's doing his little head, the dog bark, LA Knight comes out, catching with the BTF on Breaker. I like that. They need to stop letting LA Knight getting punked out. He catches with the blunt force trauma. Then Sammy catches Dom with an exploder into a hallelujah kick for the win. If I have to say Sammy is going to advance, I don't think Sammy is going to win this tournament, but Sammy does advance. We saw the bracket. Cody Rhodes is in this tournament. Cody Rhodes is winning this. You got AJ Styles backstage with Kathy Kelly. Nothing. AJ's talking about respect, talking about a bunch of dumb stuff. Nothing entertaining happens here. He said if you disrespect him, he'll punch you in the face and let me go show you. And then he walks off. And Kathy Kelly interviews the New Day. They have nothing to say. They say a bunch of BS. Thank God for the New Day. No, thank God this promo is over, yo. Then Nikki Bella is out to the ring next, and she is returning. Again, I don't think she's returning. I think she's just here to plug the upcoming Women's PLE Evolution 2. And she names a couple of females that are movers and shakers, moving the needle, Bianca, Rhea, Io, and out again come Liv. And she is, again, she's pissed, yo. She comes to the ring and say, hey, man, you know, if you're going to be talking about the best in the division, then you better name Liv. Because I've been killing this division. I've been doing everything in this division. I was the champion for all of last year. I'm a tag champion now. I'm this and I'm that. And yes, Liv is. Liv is was an excellent world championship, even though her title run got overshadowed by her feud / love triangle with Rhea and Dom. She was a credible champion. Her and Raquel are the reigning defending women's tag team titles, and Liv is leagues better in the ring than Nikki, and better on the mic than Nikki. They have a war of words, and Nikki just was like, you know, she insinuates that Dom may not actually be Liv's, because Liv said, I got a man and you don't, basically. She insinuates that Dom might not actually be Liv's, and Liv is angry. Nikki tries to leave. Liv calls her nothing but a reality show diva, which that makes Nikki mad, so she steps back in the ring like she's going to do something. Should have been watching the show, Nikki. You're in perfect position for Liv finisher, which she does. Liv runs up, catches her with Oblivion, tells her she don't belong there anymore, this is her division, and marches out of the ring. I like the segment. I like Liv. I'm a Liv Glazer. I don't care. Next, we get Gunther versus Jey Uso. And Gunther wins this match. That's it. I'm not even going to get into the match. He ended up choking Jey out. I just want to break down Triple H's logic to end the video. To end my Raw review, I just want to break down Triple H's logic. Okay. This would be like taking the belt off The Rock and putting it on Vladimir Kozlov. You take your World Heavyweight Championship off the most over guy on the roster, off the guy that gets the most fan engagement, the most interest, selling the most merch. Roman is nowhere in sight. Cody is on SmackDown. LA Knight is not in the title position. Jey Uso is that guy right now. And this is what you do. You take the belt off of him after 51 days. So he was a transitional champion. That match with him and Cody versus Cena and Logan Paul means nothing. Everything Jey has done meant nothing. I thought he was building this title and was going to go somewhere. I would have even had him held it to SummerSlam or maybe even beyond. Maybe they cash in on the WWE champion and not the World Heavyweight champion. Who knows? But I did not pen Jey for a transitional champion. But then, if you're going to take the belt off of him, you're going to put it on an absolute charisma vacuum that is Gunther. Gunther is terrible. He's terrible on the mic. He's horrible in the ring. His physique look bad. He is not a draw. But this is what Gunther must be topping Triple H off, yo. Because this is ridiculous, yo. Gunther is horrible. Gunther is terrible. He gets no response from the crowd. But he's the World Heavyweight Champion again after he just had 8 months of the most boringest, disgusting, nastiest reign ever. This lackluster build to WrestleMania between him and Jey. And we're running it back again. But not only did we run it back, Gunther wins. Terrible. Terrible, yo. I've heard rumors that Triple H is possibly going to be removed from his job, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Get this nigga up out of there, man. Get him out of there. He's an idiot. He's an idiot, yo. He may be a professional wrestler. He may be the CEO of the company. He's the game. He's married the boss' daughter. He's that damn good. But when it comes to booking, he is a neophyte. He wasn't paying attention to Vince. He is terrible. He is horrible. And if they remove him, I would not even be sad, man. Raw was mid. Like the last 3 shows, 3 weeks in a row, 3rd week, I give the show a C-. The main event was a F. Terrible. Jey deserves better. And if you're going to take the belt off him, why not have Seth Rollins cash in? Because anybody is better than Gunther. And watch the ratings drop, yo. Like, good Lord, yo. This has been the Real Cut My Music Wrestling. I'm the Black Patriot. I'll be here. I'll always be here. The voice in the darkness, the voice in the voiceless, bringing you the wrestling content, unbiased, truthful, honest commentary on the sport, the business that we love. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys. Be safe.